Springtime, you're so sexy and inspiring.
I love you too, just look at all those miles I flew. When we were introduced, this shit was on like don't mind if I do. Collect my W, find my shine on the Hubble view. What's that smell? I just put some pussy on the barbecue. Yummy, in my motherfucking tummy. I got money that I'm thumbing through, that's why this ain't no ducats. Fuckyo, my tatted on my knuckles. These are buckled ankles, took my arm is in the rim, I'm dunking. Or I might post up in a corner, but don't matter, wherever I am, you know that I'm a walking motherfucking bucket. And whenever a new challenger approaches, I ain't saying nothing, I just skip right to the punch. Like
Jolly Corporation.
Why is the yo Lucario with the 199? Colton, this is a PG stream. I'm sorry. Hold on. Why is the chat box right there? Oh, right. Also, there we go, chat. Let's get that back. Wait, is that the OG one? No. That gotta go away. It's this one, right? This one? There it is. There it is. You're right. You're right, chat. I gotta turn off the Ultimania. But also, make sure you guys go listen to Ultimania by Ty Dane Gonzalez. Why the hell can't I move the... There we go. The chat box was so big. Or so small, I mean. What's up, chat? Hey. Rough one today. So Mariners Anonymous, chat, is back. It's back. I know. Everyone's excited. Mariners Anonymous. Hi, guys. It's Colton. I'm back. Mariners Anonymous is back. With that being said, chat, you already know the move, right? You know the move? Sorry, I'm very disorganized today. This is going to be a short stream, chat. Short stream. Hey, in case you guys want some Mariners Anonymous merch, you know, go to that. Smile. What do we consider a Mariners Anonymous game? I don't know. I don't even know if this really is a Mariners Anonymous game, but we just haven't done it in a while, so I wanted to do it again. We're relapsing. Yeah, Castillo should have been out way earlier, but in the end, I don't know, like a lot of people have said, I'm not too upset with this game. Like, it was Luis was definitely fighting his command. He was struggling there quite a bit. Other than that, dude, I don't know. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It is what it is. Dylan Moore carried the team. Otherwise, you know, that's kind of all she wrote. You're going to lose games like this, and that's fine. I think losing a game like this is fine compared to some of the other ones they've lost. Just, you need to come back tomorrow and, you know, make it right. Come back tomorrow, make it right. But we'll wait and see. People are talking about Gregory Santos in the chat, and I think that it might be time. It might not be a bad idea, because Gregory Santos does have an option. So it might not be a bad idea for the Mariners to send him down. I'm sure they'll wait until Matt Brash is ready to make that move. But if you were to send Gregory Santos down to bring up like Matt Brash, right? Because Santos is one of the only guys in the bullpen that has an option left. He's also pitching the worst in the bullpen. And I think that it just makes sense that he's the next guy on the block, right? And so, yeah. Ben Williamson got his first hit in his first Major League at-bat. Super excited for him. He had another liner that he hit out to right field, which is a pretty good swing as well. So, excited to see what Ben Williamson could do. I don't know how much playing time he's going to get. We'll just have to wait and see. But I am excited to see. I am excited to see what he does over the next couple of weeks. So, like, bro, Donatello, so true. Heck Santos? Yeah, Adam, that's fair. option him, send him down. Yeah, I think that that's the next move the Mariners need to make is optioning Gregory Santos. So other games have felt worse than this, which is the silver lining. Yeah, that's the thing. Sorry, chat. I just had like a taco. I went to taco time. Got a taco for dinner, and it's like I have heartburn now. That's the thing is like I'm not too terribly upset about this game. Yeah, it sucks that we lost, right? But I'm not horribly upset about this game. Yeah, Julio definitely needs to start catching up with some fastballs. Truly. This is what happens when you DFA Casey Lawrence. It's true. You know, you think about it, and the Mariners, like J-Dara said, where they were 4-0 in the Casey Lawrence era, they DFA him, and look what happens. You lose a game. So, tots and burrito at taco time. You had that today? That's what I had today, too. Let's go, Autumn. Let's go. W. Did you get a chicken burrito? That's what I got. Yeah, Kyle, I agree with that. I don't like the way that Dan really manages the bullpen, but it is what it is. I mean, until everyone's back and healthy, I'm not really sure if there's going to be much you can do about it. So, what is a Green River, Jordan? I got a Green River? The Green River is in Washington. In, like, Auburn, right? Hey, what's Donovan's stat line? Worse than Tommy LaStella's. Castillo needs a haircut. Couldn't see the strike zone. I don't know about all that, Pat. I don't know about all that. I mean, he's had the same hair for the last, 8 years of his career. So, Negron for next manager. I'm in. I like Christopher Negron. I think Christopher Negron, if he's not the manager for the Mariners next year, will be a manager somewhere. Thoughts? Pete Woodworth. I mean, Pete's just so good as a pitching coach. It'd be interesting to see that. I don't know how often pitching coaches become managers. I'm not sure. Rowdy better than Solano confirmed. W. They're so good. Green Rivers. I've never had it. They're carbonated Gatorade. Never had it. Never even heard of it in my life. But I'm in. I'm so far in. It's hard to explain how in I am. You're shocked Negron didn't leave this year? Me too. I honestly thought that he was going to get a job somewhere. But yeah, definitely a rough start for Luis Castillo in this game. Definitely the worst of his season so far. I mean, it really comes down to that one pitch. I mean, obviously he wasn't locating, but I mean, Mighty Pat, to say that the Mariners provided him offense when they scored 4 runs, some, but I mean, even so, you can't expect your pitchers to give up less, 3 or less runs every game. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. The offense needed to do more, especially in the 7th, I think it was. Might have been the 6th. But are we going to overreact and say that Williamson's going to be fine offensively? I'm tempted. After one game, I don't know, but I did like what I saw out of him in this one game, to be honest with you. I think he looked pretty decent at the plate. So we'll just have to wait and see kind of what it looks like. But alas, that's called the Mariners offense. True. Yeah, I agree, Matt. Matthew, can I call you Matt? I'm going to call you Matt. I agree, Matt. I mean, it was super cool. Professional quality at-bats up there from him. He flicked a ball the other way that unfortunately didn't get down. Obviously, the line drive through left side as well. So I know. How are they not going to... Dude, on that last ball that Cal hit, I was convinced that it was going over the fence. I'm like, he's done it. 4 games in a row, he's done it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the pitchers this week. It truly is, because it's the Great American Small Park, man. I mean, we'll see. Bryce is another guy who's been really struggling with his command lately, so it'll be interesting to see how he looks out there tomorrow. Another game at 340. I mean, with how bad his command's been lately, I am worried. I'm definitely worried, but we'll have to wait and see. Part of the roller coaster that is the Mariners. You're still a fan? Hey, that's what Mariners Anonymous is all about, baby. Just no matter what, we're all still fans, even though the roller coaster we have ups and we have downs. We're Mariners sober, and then we're Mariners relapse. You know. Yeah, I don't. All right, chat. We're gonna have our one cuss word of the Mariners Anonymous stream. You guys ready? I don't give a shit that you're worried about Polanco hitting right-handed. Have him hit left-handed against Nick Lodolo. I don't care. You're gonna have a better chance to win. Plain and simple. Over what? Mitch Garver, who was catching, have Cal catch and have Mitch Garver literally sit on the bench. Mitch Garver's got to go. Mitch Garver has to go. He had the entirety of last season to figure it out, and he still can't do anything. It's time. It's time to cut bait on Mitch Garver. He's one of the worst players I've ever seen. It sucks. It sucks because he seems like a good dude. I really think that he could have been really big for this team. There's another universe where Mitch Garver is the guy. There's another stream where Mitch Garver's the guy. Lucario with the 199 PG stream, brother. Hey, PG movies I think are allowed one swear word. I think. I know that PG-13 movies are allowed one F word. One. Yeah, I'm in. Call up Blake Hunt as the backup? I think it should be. Yeah, no, Garver does seem like a really good dude. It's just the fact that, he's been terrible is the hard part. I'm gonna get demonetized? I don't think so. Not after saying that. He might be washed up. I hate to see it, but he's been so bad. Yeah, it sucks, right? I mean, he's the guy that you really, really thought was going to be kind of a big bopper in this lineup, middle of the lineup, hit behind like Julio and whatnot, hit 4 for you, and driving a lot of runs. And unfortunately, he just hasn't been that. Bro failed the odd year allegations. Facts. Facts, chat. Odd year Garver doesn't exist. It's true. Yeah, Bryce Miller needs to bounce back. I agree, Pat. He needs to bounce back tomorrow. Bullpen, you probably don't want to go to like Legumina. Santos, you obviously don't want to go to, or Colin Snyder. So you're down a couple of guys there. You can maybe go to Bizzardo to get like an out or two, but you don't want him to. You don't want to go to Bizzardo for too long because he did have to throw some pitches today. So, karma's a beach. It's true. It's true. Appreciate the 199, Lucario. Williamson is as good as Randy. That's a statement. We thought we were getting greatness exactly on him. That's the thing. Is like he was so good. He was so good with with the Rangers. I really thought the Mariners were going to get something out of him, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. So it's time to cut bait. It truly is. If guys like him, and I don't know how many starts they've won where he's been behind the plate. Like, I don't know what... Actually, can I look that up? Is that a thing that I can look up what his, like, catcher ERA is? I don't know where to look that up. Catcher ERA. Mitchell Lynn Garver, by the way. I don't know where to find this, chat. Hold on. Let's pretend like I found it. Advanced career stats. These are all offensive. Can I look at his defense? Fielding. Sick. Nothing. Well, chat, if you guys can find Mitch Garver's catcher ERA for me, let me know. Let me know. That's one loud computer you have? Dude, the other day, it just started like... It sounded like it was going to take off. It sounded like it was going to fly away. And I was worried. And then I went in and tried to mess with it, and then it didn't start the next day, and I'm like, oh, crap. But I was able to fix it, so... I was worried there that we weren't going to have a PC to do the streams for a little while. I was like, no, we can't. What is it, Game 17, I think Pat said? It's rough. Colton, can you give me money? Let me tell you, Dara. The reason why today is going to be a short stream, chat, probably like another 5-10 minutes, is because I still need to do my taxes. I haven't done them yet. And I've been putting it off, because I know that I'm going to have to pay. And I just don't want to do it. But today's the deadline, so I got to do it after this stream. And so, Yeah, that I'm really not looking forward to doing it. But I have a lot of my tax documents right here, and so Dadar, to answer your question, no. You can have my debt, Dadara. Thoughts? You did yours a month ago, bro. It's just because I have to pay. I didn't want to do it before I went to Arizona. You know what I mean? And so, because I didn't want to lose some of that money, but don't do no taxes. Oh God, let's get Darth Colton in here really quick. I'm not gonna do taxes, chat. I don't want to do my taxes. Nothing bad happens. Do taxes on stream? No. God, could you imagine leaking my tax information on stream to you foreheads? Yeah, I'm good. Tax stream? Let's do it. No. No. We're not doing a stream of me doing my taxes, chat. No. And the problem is my taxes are so freaking complicated because I have my regular job, which I'm a W-2 employee, YouTube, which is like what would it be? I think it's a 1099, one of the 1099s. And then I have to do one for PayPal because we got paid from Bet Online through PayPal and Believe and Bet Online through PayPal. There's one more that I can't think of. But anyway, yeah, so gotta do that. It was 4.6 for the Twins. That's all I could find. I appreciate you trying, Chase. Mariners Anonymous to Taxes Anonymous, and you cry in a corner. I'm in. Declare bankruptcy and all your problems go away. Is that how that works? You think Logan Evans pitches against the Blue Jays? It sounds like Mighty Pat, that it's gonna be one Emerson Hancock. It's gonna be an Emerson Hancock start, and I am not happy about that personally. I think it should be Logan Evans, but business forms from YouTube, fun, yeah, the worst, dude, the worst. I hate doing taxes, bro. I hate it. Bet Online returns, no. Bet Online, where the game starts here. Yeah, that one. No. So, that game is cooked. It might be. I don't think the game's starting. Any chance the IRS can investigate Mariners' ownership for tax evasion? If we tell them that John Stanton has been evading taxes, maybe. I'll only be taking donos under the table now, chat. That's right. Non-taxable. It's not taxable if the government doesn't know about it, chat. Smile, smile, smile. Is pitching our weakness now? Dude, apparently. I don't know what's going on, man. I mean, Emerson Hancock's going to be the guy coming up. You had Bryce Miller tomorrow, who's had a rough start to the season. And Luis had a bad start today. So, I don't know. How did we lose today, Colton? The Reds scored more than us. No, Luis Castillo just didn't have a good start. Seatown fan, the hard part is if you trade Castillo, who the hell do you put in your rotation? Like, then you have to have Emerson Hancock in there, as well as probably Logan Evans or something. It's really close to the initials of no comment. Feels like Santos option incoming. I would agree, Callum. I think that it happens at the latest when Matt Brash comes back, if not before that, if they need help in the bullpen. Give him coins and shillings. You heard it here first, Jack. Coins and shillings. Daydara or Manny. I don't want to call you Daydara. Manny, remind me next time I see you at a game. I have a story to tell you about that I can't tell on stream, but I have a story to tell you about that. When is Kirby coming back? Hopefully sometime in the next couple of weeks. Maybe mid-May, I think, is kind of the timeline, but who knows? You know what I mean? Hopefully sooner rather than later, the Mariners could definitely use him. But, Castillo, Santos, Garver, it tanked, but it's gonna happen. It just wasn't your night. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't your night. It just wasn't the Mariners' night. That's a good way to put it on him. It wasn't the Mariners' night. Tonight was just the Reds played better baseball, plain and simple. That's all there is to it. Like, it sucks, but it's the truth. Mariners' offense looked pretty pedestrian other than Dylan Moore. You know what I mean? And Luis Castillo just didn't have it on the mound. There's really no other way to look at it, which is, unfortunate but true. Who's more overrated, Julio or Luis Castillo? Neither. Because what you get from both of them day in and day out is worth more than they're getting paid, so therefore neither. Blas Castano, I'm in. Watching the games this year, it's hard to believe Demo won a Gold Glove this year. Yeah. Tanner Houck could have served today. Don't get me started on that frickin' guy. Tanner Houck, dude. Oh my god. I picked him up in 2 leagues. Because I'm like, this is a good streaming option. I feel good about this on a Sunday where I'm losing. So I'm like, hopefully this will help me win. Or no, it was a Monday, but still. So yeah. Yep. Tanner Houck got me, gave up 10 earned runs, chat. Tellez or Solano for who I would rather keep. Rowdy Tellez. I think he's better than Donovan Solano, even though Donovan Solano has a longer track record. Donovan Solano is off to a worse start than Tommy La Stella was. Like, I don't know. Worth more than they're getting paid? Hilarious. It's true. I mean, it's plain and simple. Find me another... Find me someone who thinks that Julio's, like... What was his WAR last year? Like, 5 WAR. If you think that's worth less than what, 18 million, or I think he was making 11 million last year. Like, if you think he wasn't worth that, you're crazy. Plain and simple. He was worth a 5 WAR player. What's the cost of 1 WAR right now? Let's look it up. Check. Cost of 1 WAR in MLB. The average cost of 1 WAR in baseball is $8 million. $8 million, right? Julio Rodriguez. In 2024, Julio Rodriguez was worth 4.3 WAR. Mathematically speaking, chat, carry the 2. That means he was worth over $32 million last year. Thoughts? Discuss. Who's better, Santos or Hancock? Tucker. Tucker's better. Julio's up to a 0.5 WAR right now. Let's see. Julio Rodriguez. Spoke. How, dude? I think that Locklear should be called up. I really do. How much did we pay him last year? We paid him in 2024, $12 million. So he should have been worth 12 or he should have been worth 8. What am I trying to say here? Oh, he should have been worth 1.5 WAR last year, based on those metrics. Castillo pitches, the Mariners lose. Julio strikes out 3 times, we lose. Knuckles, over the past 4 or 5 years, I want you to go back. I want you to do some homework for me. Go back and tell me how many starts that has Luis Castillo started in where the Mariners lost compared to how many they've won. Not just his record. I mean the Mariners' record as a whole. Let me know. Yeah, I don't disagree, Dark Time. Can Luis be moved to the bullpen? The stuff might play up, but that'd be a real expensive bullpen piece. I do like, chat, that when the team loses one game, they lose one game after 4 straight, after a sweep over the Rangers, right? That we're all back in the shitter. I'm cussing again. We're all back in the shitter. You know, everyone's mad. The world is ending. You know, and they can come out tomorrow and win, and I don't know. We'll still be mad about something. You know what I mean, chat? Locklear's pretty good in my opinion. Yeah. When am I coming to a game? We need to talk about coins and shillings. I don't have any tickets purchased for any games coming up, Mr. Manuel, but that's a good question. I don't know. I actually don't know when the next game. Probably on the next homestand. I don't know which one. It's been high for a few, and it's low again. Oh, well, right back to it, Autumn. What just happened? Chat, are we still live? Everything just, like, blacked out on my screen. Hello? Oh, my God. Ha. This game, at the end of the year, if the Mariners miss the playoffs, I'm not looking back at this game. I'm not looking back at this game. I'm looking back at 4 of the other ones they've lost. All year, the offense has been bad. I mean, based on metrics, they're right in the middle of the pack at like 13th. We're still going? Okay, I don't know what the hell just happened there for a second. Thanks, guys. I don't know, Callum. That's actually a good question. I guess it's just because they haven't felt the need to make that kind of roster move yet. How was the game today? Really good, Ben. Really good. Really good. Smile. How many guys are hitting under 200? Enough to pay the bills, chat. What does this do for morale, you think? Honestly, a loss like this, not much. In my opinion, this wouldn't do a whole lot to morale. I think that when you have, like, it would take probably another, like, a pretty bad loss tomorrow for morale to just be tanked again. You know what I mean? Obviously, yeah, I guarantee this won't be in the top 20 worst losses at the end of the year. I agree, Nate. I agree. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, I agree with Kyle as well, though, saying that Dan left Luis in there too long. Yeah, I mean, Luis should not have been in there. And Dan's bullpen management has lost the Mariners some games this year. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot more you can say about it other than those things are the truth, and we just got to figure out how to get past it, right? At the end of the year, if the Mariners make the playoffs, I'm going to forget all about the bad management of the bullpen that Dan had at the start of the year. I'm not going to care. As long as they make the playoffs, I don't care. So, France was hot trash last year. True. He was. And he had like 1 or 2 good weeks last year with the Astros, with the Reds, chat. Just remember that. And they beat up on the Astros. So, other than that, Kitchen or Fujinami? Probably Fujinami, I guess. I don't love it. But he's probably the closest to replace Gregory Santos. Or miss by 1 game, like they like to do. Yeah, and if that's the case and they miss by 1 game, I'm looking back at that one Astros game that they lost at home in extra innings where they had 500 chances to score and they missed every single one of them. That's probably the game I'm looking back at. I probably won't even remember this game happened. Which is why I'm not too upset about this loss. It sucks. It sucks that I'm not too mad about this game. But, like, of the games Mariners have lost this year, this was a pretty standard loss. Which is why I don't even know if this stream really should have the Mariners Anonymous logo. Gotta eat dinner. Hope dinner's good, Autumn. Catch you later. Good luck on the taxes. Thank you. What game will Colby be at? What game? Wait, what did you say? Manny, what are you talking about? Who's leading the AL right now? I am. Dan really frustrates you sometimes? Yeah. Yeah, Dan's yeah. I don't know what to say about Dan at this point. Jury's out. Jury's out on his management style. But it is what it is. Chat, you may have seen what Autumn said, but I need to go do my taxes. Because I am a procrastinating little man. Not super embarrassed, I agree, Autumn. So with that being said, chat, we're going to call the stream there. We'll have a longer stream probably tomorrow after the game. Yeah, Luis was having a rough day, Greg. We'll probably have a longer stream tomorrow after the game just because I don't have anything to do tomorrow evening, I don't think. But I appreciate you guys being here for this very short stream on a day that, well, the Mariners lost. But it is what it is. Hopefully we can pull out a win tomorrow with Bryce Bill on the mound. But until then, smooches, bros.